Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of our FarmVille2 Country Escape Live with Scott and Jennilee live stream. Joining me tonight, I hope, is Jennilee. Jennilee, are you here?
I'm here, Scott.
Great. I wasn't sure. I was like, there was a long pause. Thank you so much for making time, Jennilee, for joining us tonight. I know. Are you there?
Thank you for having me. Yes.
I know you're on a cell phone connection tonight, so we might hear a little bit of a weirdness out of your voice tonight. So far, you're coming through okay. But I know that you've been really busy on the farm, and I know your job last week, from what I understand it, was a Farmville gossip column writer, and I know that was keeping you really, really busy to get all of your gossip columns in. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to join us away from your job this week. And I have
a problem.
I have a question regarding your job. So what type of things exactly does a Farmville gossip column reporter report on or do?
Well, Scott, it's actually walk around all that.
Jenny,
what's going
Jenny,
on with the animals.
Jenny, I'm going to interrupt you. We are getting quite a bit of delay, and I don't think that was legible at all. So I'm going to let you start over.
Oh. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Maybe what we should do for this report, Jennilee, is just turn off your YouTube stream. Like, just go back to the chat page, and then you can talk, and I think that might work better. All right, go ahead again.
Can you hear me now?
Better.
Okay.
So,
are you ready for it?
I'm ready for it. So go ahead. Sorry, we'll start that again. Because you were working great when you weren't watching videos. So let's just leave your video off for a sec, and you can tell me all about being a Farmville gossip column writer.
Okay, sounds good. So as a gossip column reporter, a camera, can you...
Oh no, Jennilee, this isn't working.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I didn't hear anything before that. So everybody, we do have Jennilee, who's in a hotel room right now through work, and she's on her cell phone. I'm wondering if you should try to connect through to your hotel internet, see if that's any better. And we can kind of talk about other stuff while we're waiting for you.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay, so we'll hang out. People in the chat room, let me just bring up the chat room so we can see who we all have here. I'm going to read some chats while we're waiting for Jennilee. Jennilee, just go ahead and do your thing, and hopefully you'll come back with me in a second. And just if you need to rejoin this voice chat, just recall me like you did before. So in our chat room, if you're here, say hello. I can see we have Frank. Here's here. That's awesome. Angela, thank you for joining us today, Angela. And Susan from the Let It Rain group. Susan, thank you so much for coming around. Darlene, I believe it's Darlene from our co-op. She says hello, so hello to you as well. And Frank says Google Zynga player forums, and you can get a lot of useful information on Zynga games. Anne from our co-op says hi to everybody. And Celia from our co-op says hi to everybody. So I think that's everybody. Let's see. That's all the chat that I have on the screen right now. So thank you everybody so much for joining us. We're just waiting for Jennilee to get back on her bad internet connection, so hopefully she comes back quite soon. And we're going to go over to the Google Zynga player forums and see what Frank is talking about for his information. So I'm going to copy that in. I'm going to bring up my farm game, so we have that running. And I'm going to bring up my live stream here. So we're going to add a page. We're going to Google. I can hear Jenny.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Are you on your hotel connection?
I am. Is it any better?
You sound great. Everybody,
awesome.
Everybody can hear Jennilee. That's awesome. Okay, so we were just going over to the Zynga forums, but we're going to cancel out of that, or not cancel out of that, but go back to the farm so we can go back to your report. So we'll try that again. Are you on watching the stream, Jenny, or just talking?
No, I'm not looking at the screen.
Okay, so go ahead and tell me all about being a FarmVille2 gossip columnist reporter.
Okay, and please cut me off if you can't hear me. Stop me, okay?
I will. You sound great.
Okay, good. So as a gossip reporter, I get to do a lot of walking around with a camera to see what I can find, either something with the animals or with the farm hands.
Awesome.
And, well, I happened to spot something in the glade, Scott. Can you pull up
Yes.
the picture?
Well, I do have a little tiny picture on my screen in the middle of the glade, and it's a little darker than usual. I do have it up. Do you want me to enlarge it?
Yes, please.
Alrighty. So, I see something interesting in this picture. It looks like behind the rock there's some stuff going on.
Well, I'm thinking that this has to be Heidi's daughter, Sarah, and Johnny's son, Tommy. And it looks like they're holding hands.
It definitely looks like they're holding hands. Everybody in the chat room, do you see what's going on behind the rock? Awesome.
So I decided after I found this picture to go ahead and start asking some questions around the farm. And so far, with all the gossip and the rumors, it seems there might be some wedding bells.
Wow, look at that. So, then there's probably going to be lots of baby pictures, but I wonder if that'll all take place within your weekly job. Might happen after.
Might not quickly.
Yeah, you never know. Stuff on Farmville changes quite frequently. You never know. There might be an update, and then boom, something happens.
That's true.
So I'm going to leave this picture up in the top corner of the screen here for the YouTube people to stare at. But that is hilariously awesome, funny news. So thank you for finding that information out. Is there any other interesting things as a Gossam reporter that you need to do or that you have to do? Like, is it a stressful job? Do you get people yelling at you for taking all the photos on the farm?
Well, that doesn't really bother me. It's more fun that I get to do all the sleuthing.
That's true. Sneaky Jenny.
Yes, I love it.
Awesome. So that said, let's move into our news, weather, and I guess we're going to go into the crash report first, but we'll run the news image right now. Running the news image.
Shh, you know they can hear us.
I think they can hear us, but that's okay. I left the little baby chickens on the screens now.
Oh, good.
All right, joining me from high above the farm is Jennilee with our crash reports. Jennilee, are you here?
I'm here. Can you hear me, Scott?
I can hear you great.
Awesome. I've got a couple reports for you.
Go ahead.
All right, so the first one comes from Co. Co can't seem to get his farm to work on his new phone, even after connecting to Facebook.
Yikes.
Yeah, the next one is Patricia. She hasn't been able to connect to Facebook at all since the last update.
Right? That's not good.
No. Girlie is struggling to see friends or co-op's posts. That sucks.
No kidding.
And then there's a woman, I cannot for the life of me understand what her Asian name is on here, but she can't make out her name. Hold on. She can't figure out what happened to 640 keys, and she wants Zynga to return them.
Brutal. Well, yeah, that's going to happen, right?
Right. And then I have one more. Poor Stacy, she's been playing for years, and ever since right before Christmas, she hasn't been able to play. She can't get her game to load, and it always kicks her out.
Well, those are some crazy crash reports today.
Yeah.
And we'll see you back
Poor guys.
We'll see you back on the farm in just a few seconds.
All right, sounds good, Scott.
All right, and we should have Jennilee back on the farm. Jennilee, are you here?
I'm here, Scott.
Perfect. So let's move straight into our weather report. Whether or not we're going to be playing this weekend, whether we're going to be playing this week, you go first.
Most likely not really going to be playing this weekend, but I'll be back to playing next week around Monday or Tuesday.
Work calls, the real life work calls.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome.
And what about you, Scott?
Well, I'm going to be on and off. I do have some work to catch up to do at the shop. Finishing taxes was a long time coming, and that's done now, and so that's good. So I should have some time. I do need to work on my event, which we'll also get into during the news. And before we do that, though, I'm going to go back into chat and see what's going on in chat, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
So we have Lorraine who says, "Hey everyone." So hello, Lorraine.
Hi, Lorraine.
Lorraine is actually brave enough to actually join us in a few minutes to talk with us, and we can find all about Lorraine. So we'll be hearing from her in a few minutes. And Lorraine says, okay, and we have, okay, what's going on? I think I missed something here. So Lorraine is like, hey everyone, oh, way better Jenny. Okay, so Jenny, you're coming through way better. That's good. Frank was oh mying you because you were so weirdness, and Anne was oh wowing you as well. And Anne asks, is the next event to correspond with the royal wedding? She was referring, I guess, to the information of the photo that you took in the glade. So I'll let you just comment on that if you like. And the Jade babies in one of the events past. Oh, they had babies, I think Lorraine said. So I guess that's old news, Jenny. They may have, that might have been an old, or maybe they were on their honeymoon or something. And
darn.
Lorraine says, blah, 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 all you whispering, so she could hear us whispering. And Frank says that he has an issue. They reset his co-op goal and put us back to the first level. Boo. Well, that sucks. So that's the Marie order,
I wonder why they did that.
Yeah, that's not good. That's the Marie goal, I would imagine, right? And then just giving you the, you don't get the nice botanist Betty, I guess, right? Okay.
Right, the extra farm hand.
Okay, so that's our chat update. So I'm going to go back to the farm. I'm running double duty or triple duty tonight because I've got to help out with reading chat. So if I do get to I will get to your chat, but it will be slow, so I apologize for that in advance. And I think we covered our weather. Now let's move into a little bit of news. So my event, everybody, I'll just show everybody. I'm on my last stage. I'm on stage 6 of the event that's currently going on. And we've had some news, some people saying, I'm just going to bring it up on the screen, that says that the event is too hard. So I'm going to bring that up here for everybody. So Naomi writes, they make the game so hard, especially the last levels. I have played for 2 days and got 1 card. I get to the stage where I just give up and concentrate on Marie, Eddie, and the Mariner. And I used to be like that too, right? And so did you, Jennilee, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But since co-ops have come around and cloning, it's a lot better to do. And I'm just going to close off this image of the event teaser. Oops, that's not the right one. Of the event too hard. And I'm going to go check out I'm going to get my cards here. I'm going to click on my Earth Day stuff really quick. So there's a card. Boom, that's awesome. And I got another blue die because I'm sure I'm going to be needing a million more of those. And on that basket, I got absolutely nothing. Got some die. And I'm just going to pop some more stuff in. You can see I've got 22 globes, 94 die, and 36 tin. My tin, I think, won't last very long. So co-op tonight, I'll probably need some tin. And I'm just going to start these cooking so we can get that going. So yeah, the event being too hard, and I should mention as well that all of our news that we take, or all of the reports that Jenny reads, are taken from the official sites as well as other sites that we find online with people's names. So in the hopes that someday they'll join us or listen to us and be like, hey, I was on your show. Okay, so I have a bit. Do I see? Let me just read through my. Oh, we do have news on boat races. I know boat races has been a very. Everybody wants to know when it's starting. So I do have a 2-day-old report from Zynga. Somebody asking on Farmville's page, when do boat races start? And Farmville replies with, the boat races is slowly being rolled out to players and will eventually be released to everyone. Stay tuned for updates, or you may visit the Zynga forum. So it's another confirmation that they are coming to everyone. However, right now we still don't have it, I don't believe, right, Jennilee?
No, we don't have it yet.
Let me check and see on our farm. It just says coming soon still. Absolutely says coming soon still. So that's not good, but that's okay. And then there is another event coming, the event teaser. There's the one for where we're supposed to stock up on butter, eggs, and lemons. And that's the Mother's Day cooking contest. Any predictions on what type of event that's going to be, Jenny?
I have no idea.
Anybody in the chat room?
I'm very curious.
Sure, let's go out to the chat room really quick because I do have some stuff. Okay, so we have the next event. Oh, no, sorry, I just read that already. Sorry, I read that too. So, yes, Frank says the Marie board. So, basically, Frank is talking about his Marie board being reset. And speaking of which, I'm going to close off my event coming soon, and I'm going to go to my Marie board because you know how we've been testing my Marie board every week, right?
Yes.
All right. So first I'm going to do, oh, that was interesting. I'm going to bring up the photo of my Marie board 5 hours or 6 hours before it reset today. And I just got to find it. because I've got a lot of slides here. Marie board, here we are. So this is my slide of my current day. This was 6 hours before the event board reset. And you can see that it wants 3 Cajun crabs, 3 compasses, 2 birdhouses, and 2 ornate steins, and then 3 dogs and 3 lemonade. And this is kind of one more than last week. So now I'm going to close this off, and I'm going to go check out. I haven't checked it out yet at all. So I'm going to go to my Marie board, and we're going to see. So yes, so you can see Herb Butter is asking for 5, Socks is asking for 4, Chardonnay is 2, and Copper's for 2. I'm going to send that one out right now, and Blueberry Jam is for 2 as well. We'll send both of those out. Celia will probably grab them because Celia is amazing. But you can see that all of my numbers are increased by 1, where I had 3s last week and 2s. I'm getting 4s and 5s. So Darlene grabbed it. Thank you, Darlene. We're just going to complete that order. Let's ask for some trout. So that is interesting. So far, every week I've done 60 orders. I've only asked for help. I have not done any myself. So it's kind of confirming that asking for help and having them filled still makes your numbers go up. Jenny, are you still with me?
I'm still with you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know if you said anything that whole time, but I was just blabbing on and you weren't saying anything. So that's cool. All right. So let's I think it's time to bring Lorraine on. Lorraine,
can I do it?
Yeah, you can do it, but hold on. Let me make sure she's in chat. Lorraine, are you ready to go? You can watch the chat, I guess, Jenny. Go ahead and bring her in. Let's just ring her up and see what happens. And Treasure's joined us. Yay, Treasure.
Oh, hi, Treasure.
We're gonna try calling Lorraine. Jenny is clicking on the thingy, right, Jenny?
I did. I clicked the thingy.
Lorraine.
Hi, Lorraine.
Yeah. How are you guys?
I can hear you, but you're coming through very quiet. We're great.
Okay, hold on just a second.
You're not very quiet. You're kind of quiet. Say it again.
Is that better?
Jenny, can you hear Lorraine?
It's a little quiet still.
There we go.
That's better.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm on my Bluetooth.
That's a lot better, Lorraine. You're sounding great. I'm going to let Jenny ask you some questions.
All right.
Hey.
Or maybe not.
Can you hear me?
There we go. I can hear you. Yes.
I can.
Okay.
Am I still there? Can you hear me now?
Yes, Jenny, you're going good.
Yes.
Speak away.
Okay. All right, Lorraine, so tell us a little about yourself and where are you from?
Currently residing in California. Me and my husband are full-time RVers, so we travel across the country, just doing stuff and doing flea markets and craft shows.
Do you sleep at Walmart for free? Because I heard that Walmart's the place to go for
No. We stay at campsite.
You said you do craft shows. Do you guys make stuff?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I do Native American beadwork. My husband does leather crafting, and we also do silver and gold jewelry sales.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. We have our own business on Facebook, so that's how we get most of our business. But then we also do craft shows and antique shows and flea markets, and we'll just hit up whatever is going on in the town that we're going to. We'll do like a 2-week extension of see what's going on in the next 2 weeks, and then we'll head out to the spot and we'll stay there for a couple of weeks and then move on.
That is so awesome.
That's cool. It's very cool.
It's wonderful. We love it.
And lots of time to play Farmville with all that free time.
Yeah, crafting does take up a little bit of my time, but I split it up in between the farm and my craft.
That is awesome. How long have you been playing?
Just over 18 months. I started about this time last year.
Yeah, I think I started about this time-ish last year, too.
And what level are you?
Yep. 71.
Nice. I think I'm 67, so you got me beat.
I had a lot of help.
Yeah, it's nice to have all that help. So tell us about your co-op.
I have my own co-op, and it's called Lorraine's Jolly Ranchers.
Is there room for people?
Kind of a yes, there is. Yes, there's plenty of room for anybody who'd like to join. You do have to be level 30 in order to join. That way, everybody must contribute to Marie's sport.
Nice.
But it's a spoof off of the cartoon show Planes. You know, the Jolly Ranchers.
I'm not
Oh,
familiar.
I don't know that. No, I'm not familiar either.
It's a Disney cartoon movie, and it's called Planes. It's a spoof off of Cars, which is a Disney movie as well. Well,
I've seen Cars.
Okay, so they have a version that's called Planes, and my husband is a retired Air Force pilot. I'm sorry, Marine Corps pilot, and he gave me the idea to make it Laray's Jolly Ranchers. So.
Cool.
Oh, that's cute.
But yeah, we're a very helpful co-op. We have 2 people in the co-op right now that are members of the RAIN group. So anybody who joins will always have access to any item that they need. All they got to do is just say something.
That is awesome. I think those rain groups are so awesome.
Speaking of rain groups, guys, I'm just going to ask a quick question because I did see some crashing earlier from somebody who said that they have so many friends that rain that their Farmville has like slowed way down. Their chats and their when they're searching for stuff on their not their global but the co-op page. Have you guys noticed any problems with your farm acting up, being that you're on these rain groups?
Yes, and what it is the fact that you have so many friends on your co-op and your Facebook that it bogs the system down. The best way to do it is go and be friends with them on Facebook. But then when you play under a Google Play account or your Apple iTunes account, and it will alleviate the bog as much. It'll be a lot less.
That's good to know.
Jenny,
that's what I do. I because I can still see everybody's posts of what they're posting, but I'm not logged into Facebook. I'm logged into a Google account.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I'm writing that down so I don't forget.
Treasure in the chat room, guys. Treasure says that she's noticed her game has been slowing down after joining rain groups. And we also have a new post from a new person, Senan Sen C8 I'm not even sure. I probably said that wrong. I don't know what it is, with 2 little happy faces. So we have a new person in the chat room listening. So Seni Sendient A for you has joined us. Sorry, I just wanted to go through what was happening in chat. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Hi, new person.
Oh,
Hi, new
okay.
person.
So,
Ray, I have a question for you. Oh, sorry, Scott.
Yes,
no,
ma'am.
you go ahead, Jenny.
So it's been talked about in our co-op, and I just wanted to get your perspective, I guess. Do you think that when you hand out farmhands, when someone asks you for a farmhand, do you think it matters which farmhand you give them? Do you think one's better than the other?
It does. It does matter which one you get, and it all depends on where they want to put that person. Okay, so say you're going fishing. You want a fisherman over there instead of a botanist because it gives you a different percentage on what specific items you're going to get out of that farmhand. And each farmhand in the game has their own special item that they're allowed to get. So if you send a fisherman over to the glade, they're not going to get the fish. And so you're pretty much, in essence, wasting a farmhand.
Okay.
So do you...
And how do you make sure you
even
get...
more so when it comes to the event items.
How do you make sure that you get the person that you want then when you're asking for a farmhand?
This is what me and a couple of my friends do. You go in and you say, when I request, please send me fisherman or botanist or gardener or whatever. And then when somebody says, okay, then you send out the request for a helping hand.
So you get the response.
Yeah, so you, what we've done that in the past too, like when I want fisher people, you go to chat and you just type in, I'm maxed out at my fishing hands, so let me actually just do it. Let me go back to I'll collect my fisherman people here, and I'm going to do a live, see if anybody is in the game. I'll just do a chat. Oh, Jinx is in there. Hi, everybody. Typing as I'm talking. Can I get a fisher person? And I'll hit enter, and that did not work. I don't know if that worked. I wasn't watching my screen. Hi, Everyone. Can I get a fisher Person. Oops, I spelled Fisher wrong. Is that going to help? Is that going to be a problem, Lorraine?
No, no.
Okay.
As long as your people know what you're talking about, you'll be okay.
Oh, I can't even ask. I have 3 hours left before I can request again, so that's not going to work. But anyways, Darlene smiled at me on the farm chat. And we have some other stuff. Lorraine actually typed something in chat. The Spanish named person who's new that I butchered is in Lorraine's co-op. Apparently. Oh, Zenith. Zenith is in Lorraine's co-op. That is the person's name who was new. So that's cool.
Hi, Zenith. Thanks for joining us.
Zenith is really cool. She's very, very helpful.
Nice.
I love her.
We love helpful players. That's great. And Treasure also says in the chat that she's noticed when she requests Farming Hand, she gets the cowboy. So, Treasure, if you want something else, just post in chat before. And, and then Frank says he always gets the animal trainer. So I'm assuming Frank sends his guys to the animals. And Lorraine says...
It's also dependent on the level of the person who is sending the farmhand. At the beginning, between levels 1 through 20, I believe, they only get the cowboy.
Gotcha.
Okay. From 20 to 40 or 20 to 30, they get the animal trainer, and then after that, they get the fisherman. So the person who is sending it, they have to have that specific area that the farmhand comes from already open in order to send them.
Gotcha.
I think every time I click on to send somebody a farmhand, I think the only one that even is the fisherman. I don't ever see like a little box to select anyone else.
Yeah, you just click on the screen though, Jenny. Like it shows you the 3. It shows you 3, and you can click on whichever one you want to send.
A lot of people don't pay attention to that.
I see the 3.
All they do is just hit the send button. A lot of people never pay attention to that.
So
they don't
Jenny,
realize
I see the 3 people, but I only have the option to choose one, and it's the one in the middle, the fisherman.
but you can just click on the
Which
other
means
one.
you haven't made it far enough.
No, you have. She's higher than me. So, Jenny, you can click on them. It just highlights them when you click on them.
Oh, I'll have to try that, and then
Try
if I
next time.
can't, then I'll screenshot it so I can show you.
Cool. I believe you. I mean, people have crazy thing. Actually, speaking of crazy stuff, guys, I'm going to bring up another screenshot here for everyone. It is a crazy thing that happened to a person that posted. It's a doubling of their farm. So on your screen, everybody, you're going to see in a few seconds, Lorraine and Jenny, that if you look closely right in the middle, there is a crop of potatoes mixed in with a crop of blueberries. And if you look very closely to the left of that, there is chickens on top of it. Looks like some sort of a glassworks place. And it's actually 2 farms intertwined in one farm. And how this happens is apparently if you're going to another person's farm and you're giving them friendship fertilizer, and you click the back button instead of the home button, so you click back on your tablet, it goes back to your farm, but then you get this weird glitch. And have you guys ever had this happen?
I've only ever played on my phone, so no. No.
And
Just a FYI, if you only play on your phone, I would strongly suggest doing a backup on anything. Be a computer, be a tablet, be a phone that you're not using. Trust me, out of experience, if Zynga screws your game up, you have a backup. I have one on my phone, on my laptop, and my tablet.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I have
yet to try it on anything else. I'll have to try that.
Yeah, it's good to have a backup file because it saves to the cloud, and you can use that to restore whatever Zynga glitch is going on.
Good. That's a good point.
I wrote that down too. I'm getting some good advice here.
I've had to use it a couple of times actually. I went 2 days and Zynga couldn't fix it, and I never got any responses. So I went back to my laptop and I loaded that up. I was 2 levels behind what I was, but I didn't lose everything.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good point. I have Farmville playing on 2 different computers, Android tablet and an iPhone, and I constantly switch around between them all so that every one of them at any one point would have a game that was pretty current.
The only thing I suggest is that be careful if you're using like your cell phone, and then if you're using like an iPad, that iPad will not connect to the cloud because it is an Apple ID, not an iCloud ID, and they will not connect.
Weird. I haven't tried.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine. She has a cell phone that she plays on, and then she has an iPad, and she can't connect the two accounts. She technically has two separate accounts because they won't connect to each other.
That's crazy.
That's weird.
It is, and it's only because Apple stores on a separate cloud system. So, like, if you have a AT&T phone and you buy an iPhone and you want to save all your stuff in your cloud over to your iPhone, it won't work to the Apple system because the Apple and the cloud don't connect.
Yeah, I've heard of some people having some interesting, although we do have some chatters in the chat room, guys. We have Anne who says that hers are connected. She just says mine are connected, so I'm not sure what she refers to by that. And I can request a fisherman. Darlene says she can click on any of them. And Anne seems to say the fisher person depends on who sends the hand. And Anne also says she has an iPhone and an iPad. So, Lorraine, it looks like Anne can connect both of them.
That's because both of hers are on her Apple ID.
I gotcha. That makes sense.
They're both Apple.
Interesting.
Apple iPhone and Apple iPad have the same. It's like a Google Cloud, but only for Apple.
Right. Okay. That's cool. And then Treasure says that she hasn't had a problem when I'm playing on my iPad and my iPhone, knock on wood. So she must have that same reason then, too. That's good information. Cool. Thank you, Soray.
You're welcome.
So we have another bug to bring up. Not a bug, but we this week on my farm, I had pigs in trees. Have you guys ever had pigs in your trees? On the screen right now, everybody should be seeing a screenshot of my pig, who's usually on my road, but he was on my tree, and I was like, great, he's on my tree, so I took a picture. Actually, I had Jennilee's kids on my trees at one time. As well, monkeying around a bit.
I remember that.
But definitely have pigs in trees. So it's kind of funny how, like last week, Jenny, we also had people, or not people, but some of those pictures with Nick behind his shack, glitched out back there and stuff. So it's kind of funny how things can happen on the farm like that. Hey, we haven't talked about mail yet, right? And we do have some interesting mail. So while you're both listening, I'm going to bring up our mail. Speaking of stuff happening, we did get a new subscriber just a second ago. So that's awesome, Jennilee. So thank you, new subscribers, whoever you were. But let's bring up our mail. So first, I'm going to bring up 5 at a time. This one might have been last week, too. I wasn't quite sure if this was last week. But we have Happy Magic Unicorn 253 asking to join our co-op. Okay, who's eating? Someone's eating. Danny, are you eating right now?
No.
Oh, somebody's making noise back there.
Lorraine, that was me. Oh my god.
Lorraine, you're eating?
No, I lit a cigarette.
Oh, you lit a cigarette. All right. No problem. Okay, so we have Farm Hero has asked to join our co-op. Mershmella has asked to join our co-op. This is a kind of interesting.
Oh, that's cute.
That's a good one. This one was Nush Irish Sausage has asked to join our co-op. And then on this first list, FarmersOnly.com has asked to join our co-op. And just for the heck of it, I googled FarmersOnly.com, and it is a hookup site for farmers, apparently. So if you're a farmer, maybe I know Liz is happily married, but maybe Liz can pass this on to some single farmers. She can send that. And then we have another interesting group of mail. It wasn't my favorite, but I'm gonna bring this up. And actually, Frank, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are, you'll find this funny. But we have me who asked to join the co-op, so that was interesting, having myself and I asking me. And then we had Frank who asked to join the co-op, but this Frank is only level 18. But since I figured Frank is always on our live streams, I thought he would get a kick out of me bringing up his name on the mailbox. And in the middle there, we have a few stars. So I'm not sure who that is, but it's B ***ET. Has asked to join our co-op, so we'll let everybody fill in the anagrams there. And it wasn't Frank. He's saying in chat that it wasn't him. LOL. So that's funny. And then my favorite name this week that I bring up, here it is. It's the Groaning Honeybee 3522. So that is my ultimate favorite mailbox name this week.
The groaning.
Groaning, like groaning
gotcha.
groaning honeybee 3522. Again, if any of these players are you listeners and you want to join us, just send our message through the Facebook page, and we'll be more than happy to add you in. We still have room. Now it sounds like someone's rolling a barrel. It's a.
I am not rolling a barrel.
It's a truck.
Oh, it's a truck. Is the truck rolling?
I'm sitting outside.
Okay, that's cool. Frank says he's level 170, so that it definitely wasn't Frank, and I'm sure he has his own co-op, and he wouldn't want to join us anyways. Okay, hey, did you get the county fair bonus multiple times again this week, Jennilee? So.
What do you mean?
You know how you can claim when you finish the county fair, it says like K53 has won big at the county fair, claiming a reward. Were you able to claim a bunch again?
I did not.
I claimed like, it must have done it 12 or 13 times, and I just clicked and clicked and clicked, and I think I got like 40 keys extra. Because I'm at 396
Oh,
now.
that's awesome.
Yeah, like I was getting keys and helping hands.
That is awesome.
Or not helping hands, but fertilizer and speed seed like crazy. Lorraine, does that happen to you ever?
Yes, it happens every week, actually.
Nice, isn't that cool? Like all that free stuff.
And what it is there's a glitch in the system. So if you don't collect them and you let them accumulate up at like 10 at a time,
right?
Then you log out, log back in, collect them, log out, log back in, collect them again, and it will continue doing that until Zynga says, "Oh, wait a minute."
Nice. Treasure says that she gets to claim them a lot, and Darlene says she claims them, and same with Anne. She was lucky, and Treasure, she always gets to claim several, and we have Anne who also says that she wants to let groaning honeybee on the farm. Yeah, that's weird, and so I love it. I mean, it's just been so crazy. I've been just cleaning house, like just clicking crazy. Okay, we have another topic to talk about. I found this message on one of the pages, and it's from PJ Hahn. And PJ says that Chef Lorenzo is up again, and it wants him to sell 500 items on the order board. And then he says, "Are you people nuts with all the other crap going on? I have no room in my barn. Cut the selling. 18 items on the order board is ridiculous." So has anybody ever had 500 items on their order board?
Never. That's crazy.
Never.
Isn't that nuts?
Never.
Holy cow.
The most I've seen is I've had like 60 pairs or something like that.
But when he says,
and so far my max is 30 wind chimes or something.
But when he says Chef Lorenzo is up again, does that mean he's talking about the chef who gives you the quest on the book? Is he talking about, I'll just go to it, because isn't Chef Lorenzo on one of these food quests? I guess not this one. Does that make sense?
No, Chef Lorenzo is the little guy that's jumping around next to the gas station.
Yeah.
And he comes in and then he leaves for like 3 or 4 days. It's like he comes in once a week.
Yeah, but he's saying he's asking for 500 items. So that's kind of weird, right?
Oh, but that's got to be a glitch. That has got to be a glitch of some kind.
Yeah, I mean, he's asking about 18 items on the board. I've heard that some... Frank is talking about 500 must be the co-op goal. He thinks it must be the co-op goal. Maybe that's what that's referring to. But 500 would be insane. I don't know why you'd want to even attempt to that. Imagine if someone asked for that order.
I would send Zynga a ticket on that one.
Yeah, send a ticket for sure. We have another email from Shauna. Not an email. She posted in one of the forums, and she says, "I hate competing against cheaters who get millions of points for the county fair. I could buy keys to keep up with, but I need to feed my 5 minions." So it looks like Shauna has 5 minions, kids, I would imagine, and she won't spend money to compete against the millions of cheaters. Lorraine, do you have a lot of cheaters in your county fair?
No, we don't have. I don't have any. I haven't seen anything like what I've seen in posts and stuff like that.
And do you play the county fair quite a bit?
Yes, I do. I pay attention to my county fair every week, and I've never seen anything like that online.
Are you in Diamond League?
Yes.
Nice. So I just got to Diamond League first time this week, and I'm in second place right now at 92,000 points, and the leader has 359,000 points. So I don't think I'm going to come in first, but at least I'll get the farmhand again.
I'm nowhere near. This is my first time being in it as well, and I think even like 7th place person of 500,000.
Wow, that's that. Maybe it's because of my level, but I think like the first place lady here, she's on level 284, Sonia, and third place is level 80, and and click on Iona, she's level 86, and I'm level 70. What am I? 74? I don't even remember my level. I'm level 67, so I think I'm like the lowest one. But if I scroll down to like the 10th place person, they're level 88. So interesting.
So here's a thought on that. Take into consideration that it may possibly have the same programming as Marie's board. Because when you start a new week on the county fair, you have a certain goal that you have to meet before you reach the next level, right? It says you've reached your goal, continue farming, right?
Yeah, like the 1,000 points.
So yeah, and so what I would suggest is take a look at it every week and do a screenshot of it and see if that number goes up every week. Just like how the numbers on your order board on Marie,
on the Marie
those
boards
go up.
Yeah.
Maybe, possibly, it may have the same programming as Marie's, and it goes up the more points you get, the higher it goes.
Yeah, that's true. We could definitely try tracking it. But
so that may be a way to answer the question on how it works.
Sure. Something interesting last week happened. I was in third place, and the leader was in the lead by about 100,000 points, so not that many. But all of a sudden, on the last day, the leader was gone. They were totally gone and off the board, and the second place person moved into first place, and I moved into second place. So I don't know if somebody reported that person as a potential cheater and they disappeared, or I don't know if it was a glitch in my county fair. But all I can tell you is that I was sitting in third place the day before it ended, and the next day I was in first. But the odd thing was I still had 10 participants in my group, so I don't know if they just lost all their points, or anyways, I'm not sure what happened, but I found that really interesting. And I've been kind of waiting to get a cheater in my group so that I can report the cheater and see if something's done. Lorraine, have you ever noticed anybody get cheating and removed?
No, I do see many posts on Facebook about, people cheating and 5 million county fair points, and people complaining about it a lot. But I haven't heard any news on whether anybody has actually been removed from co-op. I do see many posts saying, how come you guys haven't removed this guy? We've complained thousands of times and nothing's been done. So from what I read, they don't do anything about the cheating.
I've talked to one co-op.
And what it is it's a hack. It's a hack that you put on your computer, and it allows you to go in and get uber amounts of everything, and then you end up being able to make 10,000 of everything at once, and then that's how you get their points up so high.
Yeah, there's several YouTube videos on it, and they can really mess up your computer with viruses and stuff as well. But there's definitely some information on hacks, and we do have some chat that I'm just going to go over. We have Frank, who says that he never plays the county fair on his main farm. Ingrid, we have a new person in the chat room. Ingrid, hello, thank you for chatting, and thank you for being here with us. And Susan seems to think that they've changed the date on their device to cause them to either lose out or be high. I'm not sure. And then Darlene wants to know how you can tell who the cheater is. Generally, Darlene, cheaters start with 0 points, and then 10 minutes later they have 1,000,000 points. And so there's no possible way of going from 0 to 1,000,000 that quickly. Therefore, those are usually cheaters. So I know that your information is always sent to Zynga on the cloud, and they have access to add keys and add stuff to your account. So they can for sure 100% scan your farm and see if stuff is out to lunch. And I don't know anybody who's been deleted. Any chatters out there? If you've had, Ingrid says that she removed a cheater. She followed instructions. Oh, she's followed my instructions. Thank you, Ingrid. And she wrote an email to support with her number. So, Ingrid, can you just tell us in chat exactly what happened? Like if they disappeared and they were just gone, or how you knew they removed them. So that's good news. So I know that they do stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. It is cool. And I think there should be more. Like I think, like for me, honestly, the events are unrealistic. Like to do this on your own, which you should be able to by playing it as an addict, right? Like if you're a Farmville addict and you want to do this event that's currently going, and you didn't want to get any help from anybody, but you wanted to play Farmville for 24 hours a day for the whole event, I don't think you could finish this event on your own without spending.
I agree.
No, and that's why they do it the way they do. They make it just out of reach enough for you to be forced to go and join a co-op, because during the co-op, then everybody gets special points and stuff like that, and then you're more enticed to buy keys, coins, and what have you.
Yeah, but I know. But in our co-op, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, what I was going to say was in our co-op, we have so many helpful people and so many Rain players from Susan's site and stuff that you don't ever need to buy anything, because honestly, like I guess you could buy your barn upgrade early or something, or you could buy a helping hand, like one of the premium helping hands with your money. But honestly, like there's not really any reason, if you need lemons to clone for getting county fair points, you can just use your co-op and just make tons of stuff. So I don't know, it's kind of an odd money-making system, and I know they make millions of dollars off Farmville, and people are buying keys like crazy. In fact, there's been many people on our co-op who have spent real money on keys many times. So that's cool. We have some chatters. We're gonna have Ingrid, who says she replied to my question and she said the cheater disappeared. So that's good. And Frank says that he had 8 people with 2 billion points on my leaderboard. They were reported but not removed. So that's to back up Laray's story that nothing happens. And Anne says they want you to spend money to buy the boosts, etc. in the events. Yeah, I guess you could buy the farmhands. Like the farmhands are on sale right now for 75 keys right now. But yeah, so have you spent money, guys, on Farmville ever?
I have.
Laray has. How about you,
Yeah.
Jenny?
I don't recall. I don't think I have.
And chatters out there, we have
For
11 watchers. If you've spent money, let's do a quick poll. Have you spent money on Farmville? Yes or no? Actually put no, I haven't spent money, or yes, I have spent money, so we know what we're asking or you're answering questions to, but that's cool. Anyways, go ahead. Somebody was going to talk.
My husband actually got me a $100 Google Play gift card so I could spend it on the farm.
Oh, that's sweet.
So Susan spent money.
And so the way I did it is I went and bought keys, because you can buy coins with keys, you can buy timber with keys, but you can't buy keys with keys.
Exactly.
So you spend the
Right.
money on the keys, and then you can buy everything else with the keys that you get.
So did you buy the where's the all offers here? Did you buy the pyramid of keys for $99.99 for 3,900 keys?
Sure did.
Awesome. That is awesome. So Susan on our chat says that she's spent money. Treasure has spent money. Anne has spent money. Darlene has spent not spent money. So that's 3 that have, 1 that hasn't. I haven't spent money, but I was really, really tempted to buy keys when they had that farmhand on sale. We have Angela Parsons, who bought 2 Google Play cards for keys. Ingrid Smalley, she said, I haven't spent money, but I want to buy a cat. I can't do it without spending money. They are expensive. There's that one that's 600, and that one that's 600 actually gives you extra. I think it gives you an extra fish at the pier, if I'm not mistaken. And then,
Does she want to come out?
and then we have the member from your co-op, Laray. She says that she spent money one time only, but I don't think. Well, maybe somebody bought a pyramid of keys. So when you had the pyramid of keys, Laray, did it take you long to go through them all?
Oh, well, not really. I kind of spread it out over like a 3 or 4 day period, but I
Wow.
did go in and get the cat.
I'm so stingy with my keys.
I am too.
How many are you at,
Well,
Jenny?
I went and I got the cat and the hound, so you know that kind of ate it up a little.
Yeah, the cat. I think. Let's see how much the cat is. I think it's on this one.
Cat was 4, and I think the hound was like 6 or 9.
The Siamese cat for 600, I think, gives you an extra fish, I think, or something.
And it's funny watching those cats go over. You take them and you put them in the fishing pond, and they'll sit on the dock and they'll catch the fish with their mouth.
Nice. So they catch more than just the boots, because all my farmers just keep catching boots and throwing them back. That's pretty much, except for the guy on the boat. He gets a fish once in a while.
It's a rotation. They'll catch 3 boots, then they'll catch 2 fish, and then they'll go back to the boots a couple of times, and it does it. I've watched it. I sat there and watched it one day.
and Frank says that sometimes the farmhands go on sale, and I do know they went on sale a month or 2 ago for that last event, but I've never seen them on sale before that. Have you guys ever seen them on sale before that?
No.
I think this is the first time I paid attention.
Not the regular ones. Now, during an event, as the event gets closer to the end of the days, first it's half off, then it's 75% off, but not on regular farmhands like the Hound or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would ever spend, I mean, you hear all the people complaining about the events, you're not getting the stuff. So buying a farmhand versus having a good co-op, you would think that it'd be better to have a good co-op. Yes.
I'd rather have the co-op than the extra farmhand.
Exactly.
Because you can teach anybody to clone.
Yes, you can.
True.
That's true. So on Farmville's website, guys, I'm just going to bring it up on the screen here, and I'm just going to scroll. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. We had Farmville posts a suggestion Sundays. They call it suggestion Sundays on Farmville on their Facebook page. Have you guys heard of this?
Yes.
Have you?
No, I haven't.
So what it is I'm trying to find Facebook here. Here we go. Maybe if I can type it in. I'm trying to bring it up on the screen for people to see what's going on. I'm just going to get to it while I'm yattering at the same time. Let's read the chat. Oh, Frank says they put them on sale. That was the last chat we had. So any chatters have any questions, go ahead and ask. But on this Farmville site, if you scroll way down, they have Suggestion Sundays, and they want basic suggestions on how to make the game better. Here's an idea. Here we are. So it's on the screen. I have an idea. Suggestion Sundays here. And I'm just going to put up a suggestion on the screen from one of the people in this page. And Tinker's April, she writes, how about fixing bug so we can actually play? Like chat issues, game freezing, force closing issues. Give us a shed for locks and shovels, for nails and shovels. Make it easier to get those items. Allow more than 5 fertilizer per 17 hours. Increase to 20. When emailing support about issues in the game, maybe have them actually give support instead of closing support tickets without helping. Make it easier to buy land, give us more land. When doing events, allow different shed to collect items because barn isn't big enough for Marieboard event items and barn upgrade. A lot of us invest a lot in the game, and they think that Farmville should do more for them. So that was one suggestion. And there's several more.
I agree with the expanding of the barn, because whenever an event comes along, you have to shed 50% of what you have in your barn. And you have to sit there and decipher, okay, what am I going to need? What am I not going to need? And then they surprise you with a leaderboard event, and so then you're going to need everything. And everything that you just sold to make room for is what you need.
Huh.
I run into that so much.
How about you, Jenny?
Absolutely. I'm nodding my head, agreeing with Lorraine.
Frank says
it's like they sit there and watch what you're selling before they make it, and then they're like, oh, they got all this sold, so we're just going to ask for that item.
That's exactly what happens.
Exactly. Frank says that he sees regular farmhands go on sale during Christmas and anniversary events. So, and Frank's been playing Farmville for a long time. So save your keys, everyone, for Christmas and anniversary events, because that's when they give away farmhands for a lower price. Interesting. I'm going to close this off my screen here so that we can see stuff going on again. There we are. So yeah, Suggestion Sundays. And then I have another tip on this Farmville page, on this Facebook page, because Farmville replies to a lot of people's requests. Like Tinkers wrote that whole thing about her barn all those issues. And Farmville replied with, "Thank you for sharing us what you have in mind, Tinkers. Rest assured that your feedback and suggestions on improving the game will reach our team." I imagine they hear the same things over and over again. But just as a tip for everybody out there, when you want to talk to Farmville in these posts, if you make a post that somehow relates to their post, like here's an idea for a suggestion, they will read your request and usually answer, but then they won't reply after. So then, like, what happened was this Tinkers girl 2 days ago, she posts, "Farmville2, are you going to pass along all the issues going on as well? We are having players leave the game because chat doesn't work and freezing, and when they go to market, it's all spinning. Where's the support? Please tell them to dump the boat races. By the way, I see it. It's causing bugs in the game." So, and then Farmville doesn't reply back. So I think you have like a one-shot chance to say what you want to say, that Farmville will reply to you, and then that's it. And if you go down the list, I'm just going to go down and through. Rosia Maria writes stuff, and then Farmville replies, just appreciating the suggestion. Angie also writes, and then Farmville replies. So if you want to talk to Farmville, get it all in your first post, because they usually aren't going to reply after that.
You ever think maybe it's a standard reply that automatically goes out to the farmers?
It is.
When
I'm
somebody
sure.
makes a comment.
I'm sure that it is, but like, for example, Misty, she writes, "Make it easier for moving up in levels or to buy more land." And Farmville replied, "We appreciate the suggestions for leveling, expanding, and lesser time on prized animals." So I think they're probably just retyping.
Okay, so they're actually reading it.
I think they actually read it and reply, but I think they're limited on their responses. So, you know, I've posted my live stream links, and they allow it, and they've given me emojis saying wow or good or thumbs up or whatever. So, I mean, they're good for me to post. What I want to do is I want to reply to one of these suggestions and say, "Hey, we're live streaming tonight, come join us," and have Farmville come log into our chat, which would be cool.
Well, that would be nice.
Awesome.
It would be cool. I think we're a long ways away from that happening. Maybe we can convince an ex-employee of Zynga or something to kind of talk to us about how things work. There's a lot of interest, I think, around that, on how the whole thing works, because everybody has guesses, but nobody knows for sure. I'm going to do some
Frank says, "Don't forget to show the Zynga forums page. A lot of good stuff there."
Okay, so yes, I have that actually up. So I'm going
I'll read chat for you.
That's great. Thanks, Lorraine. It's hard to multitask. Usually Jenny has the chat, but she doesn't have a second device today, and she's at a hotel, so she's saving her bandwidth. Whoops.
Ursula
Just
Williams
hanging
said,
out.
"Sorry, she's late."
Sorry, we didn't hear
That's
that.
okay.
All right, I think I have it here. No, that's my YouTube page. Let me just see if we still have. I'm going to refresh this YouTube page. If it says 300. Yep, 301 subscribers. Jenny, we actually gained 2 subscribers tonight.
Yes.
Hey. All right, so I don't have it. I'm going to open another one. I'm going to Google it. So he says to Google Zynga Farmville forum.
I'm writing this down too.
All right, so we're going to be going to the zyngaforums.com/Farmville2. And we might need to go into Farmville2 Country Escape. So Frank, if I'm in the wrong spot, you'll have to correct me. But there's definitely stuff about finding co-ops and neighbors. And Ursula's logged in. She says, "Sorry she's late. Hi to you all, especially to my baby." Alrighty. So that would be you, Jenny.
Oh man. Thanks, Mom.
So maybe this is the wrong site. I think, let's just see. What if I drop this menu down? Here we go. Okay, Farmville2 Country Escape. So here's the Zynga forum for Farmville2 Country Escape. We have general, Farmville2 Country Escape, announcements and updates. Here you can ask for official news and announcements. We'll click that. It talks about resolved bugs. We have most recently, why am I have difficulties with my co-op on April 30th. And we have Farmville announcing, "We are happy to tell you the issues that you may be encountered with your co-op are now fixed. Please force close the app and relaunch and apply the fix." So it looks like they post problems, like it tells you that they're having technical difficulties. The team has been identified. Some issues you encounter: getting removed from your co-op, missing a co-op, unable to join a co-op, getting an error message.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Ursula Williams. She's like, "Googie, googie, goo."
Yeah.
So funny.
You missed the
Didn't mean to
chat.
interrupt, sorry.
Jennilee is usually chatting away. You can hear her keyboard just clicking like crazy when she's doing live streaming. But tonight she can't, so she's probably weirded out right now.
Thanks, Mom.
Okay, so Frank says that we're on the right page. Great. So everybody, what you want to do is Google FarmVille2 Country Escape Forums or FarmVille2 Forums. Drop down this box at the top for all of the different games that Zynga supports. Choose Country Escape. And I think you can register to put your name on here. Yeah, sign in or register. You can register through your Facebook account and then ask questions. So I imagine maybe what I'll do this week, is maybe put some questions in here saying, hey, come join our live stream and chat with us. I did have a few weeks, about a month ago maybe, when I was with that other group. Remember when I got kicked out of that group, Jenny?
Yes.
When I was in the big group, I actually had, well, that's another episode, but I actually had a.
That sounds like one of those one time at band camp things.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's I have actually been kicked out of multiple not co-ops. Well, I got kicked out of a co-op too, so I guess that's not a record. But I've been kicked out of multiple Facebook groups, and I don't know if it's because I see stuff happen that the admins are doing, and I retaliate with them, and then they just kick me out, right? But anyways, regardless, while I was in a group, while I was in one of those groups, I was an admin or a moderator, and I noticed a person asking to join that said they were a Zynga employee on their Facebook status. And so I let them in the page, and then I'm like, hey, are you a Zynga employee? Because if you're claiming to be a Zynga employee and you're not, that's against the terms of service, and I'm not going to let you in. So then they proceeded to tell me that they worked for Zynga in India, and that they... Oh, we have another subscription on YouTube. My phone just beeped. That's 3 people tonight. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Woohoo. So they proceeded to tell me that they work for Zynga, but not for Farmville. They're working on another game. And they listened to our live stream, and they said how epic it was and how awesome it was, and that they would forward my name to the people in Zynga to be contacted so that we can have some more information. But it never panned out. Nobody ever called me back. And I was like, send me your ID card. Send me your, put your finger over your name and send me your, official Zynga ID so that I know you're not lying to me. But they never replied, and then I just let it go. But
well, that's a bummer, because that would have worked out really good.
It would have been
cool.
Cool.
Got some answers.
But I'm not going to give up. Eventually, Jennilee and I will have somebody from Zynga say hello to us. Right, Jennilee?
Eventually, it's going to happen.
Will happen. So it is, okay, we have some chat here. Let's just read this. After the Coochie Coo post from your mom, Frank says you're on the right page, and your mom says that you're so welcome, and then your mom says that should we worry ? Should we worry about what? I guess I should read the chat as stuff happens, because I'm not sure what that relates to. But your mom's asking if she should worry.
I don't know, because I don't know what she's worried about.
We have 7 watchers still. We have Lorraine. Are you still good for hanging out?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
I think Ursula was referring to the sound like one time at band camp thing.
Oh, the band camp thing.
Out of the co-op.
Oh yeah, about the whole Facebook.
That's when she said, "Should we worry?"
Yeah. Hold on. The last one I was kicked out was just. Whose dog is that? That must be Lorraine's puppy dog.
Yes, that's my boy.
And Anne is saying that Scott getting booted out of co-ops and chat boards. Yeah. Oh, and then your mom says she's just kidding. Yeah, I every once in a while I message Jennilee and I'm like, hey, guess what, Jennilee? And she's like, what? And I'm like, got kicked out of another Facebook group.
And then I say, what'd you do now?
What'd you do now? And then I say, I'll tell you, but you can't post anything because I don't want you to get kicked out either. Lorraine,
sorry about that. My dog had to come out.
Yeah, we're getting quite a bit of noise from you, Lorraine.
Yep, I stopped.
Okay, cool. And it says that Ursula says that we will keep our rooster with a smiley face. And that Frank says that I'm a rebel. And Treasure wants to know how many Facebook groups I've been kicked out of. That I know of. Treasure, I've been kicked out for sure 2 groups. But lots of times I'll join groups and then I'll just post stuff and then I don't know if I've been removed or not because I added myself to so many groups. But I know I've been removed out of 2, and Treasure's laughing at me, so thank you for that. I have another picture to bring up. Hey, do we have Liz in our group? I don't think Liz is here tonight, right? In chat room? There's no Liz here, right? She hasn't said hi. But I do have a picture that Liz sent me, and it is a picture that of her goat Daisy. Daisy's on the right, and Rocket is on the left, I believe. And there's something that's happening with Daisy's head. And so she wanted to know I wanted to know the chat room's comments on what you think is happening with Daisy's head. Lorraine, we're getting quite a bit of noise.
I don't know what's going on. Hold on, give me a minute.
So chat room, if you know what Daisy is doing, or take a guess. Jenny, you can't see the stream, right? Jenny?
Hold on.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Uh-oh, we're having some technical difficulties. It says that Jenny. It says you're itching. She's itching her shoulder. Oh, that's what Daisy's doing. And Frank says that it looks like an antler head. It's like deformed. It's all weird and blurry. I guess it looked like it is cranked back. And Ursa says that she's using her teeth to itch her shoulder. Jenny, are you still here?
I am. I can't see the picture though, but I'm here.
Oh, okay. So you're just listening, just hanging out.
I'm just listening.
Okay.
And I'm back.
Okay. Somebody's outside. I can hear traffic.
Yeah.
It's Lorraine.
There's traffic on it.
Nice. Is it dark where you are? Imagine so, right?
It's just now starting to get dusk.
And
It is 8:06 here.
okay, so the people in the chat room are guessing what they're doing. Apparently, Daisy is shaking her head violently back and forth. So Liz sent me this photo thinking I would find it funny because of the deformity that it looks in the photo. I do think it's funny. Thanks, Liz, for sending it. Liz is our resident farmer. If we have farm questions about any real-life farm animals, we talk to Liz. So that is interesting. Jenny will have to watch the video to see all of these things I'm bringing up later.
I will be watching. I gotta see.
So that's the right answer. Okay, chat room, there's still 6 of us watching. There's still 6 people around. If you have any questions, you want to chat. Jenny, how you doing on time? Just about having to call it?
I've got nothing better to do.
That's cool, so we will continue hanging out. Lorraine, you're still good?
Yeah.
Jenny, I think you had a question that you wanted to bring up this week, right?
Had stuff to bring up? I have several topics.
Go for it. I've been hogging the whole show, so go ahead.
Well, maybe I'll bring up 1 or 2, but I'll save more for the next. We got to have more material.
That's true. And chatters, if you want to chat about something, go ahead and post it. We gained a chatter. We're at 7. So the new person who joined us, say hello and ask us a question. I'll do some farming so it's not so boring on the screen. Go ahead, Jenny.
No, I wanted to ask our audience what they would think about. Well, I know we've kind of seen this in like different Facebook groups, but about adding more things to the farm, like more crops or more animals, but not just adding them, like they have to have a purpose, right? What other animal do you think could have like an actual purpose on the farm? Like the sheep with the wool and the cows with the milk.
So what animals are we missing?
That's what I'm saying. I can't even think of what else I would want on the farm, but I know I've seen people complaining and wishing that we had more choices of animals.
That's true.
What do you think we could use on the farm?
How about a slaughterhouse?
No way! What's the matter with you?
That'd be a good building. You could throw your cows in there, and then they would be like, no, don't pull me in there. But I'm just gonna interrupt you guys because Jenny, I am on my helping hand. Darlene asked for a helping hand, and so I am scrolling through choosing the gardener. Now I've got the fisherman and the animal trainer, and so when you're watching this video later, an hour and 9 minutes in, or however long we are, you'll see me being able to send her whatever, and yeah, I just sent her a helping hand. Sorry. Anyways,
I'll have to check it out.
So you didn't like my slaughterhouse idea? Look, my cow's not even too happy about it. He's nodding his head like, no, don't do it.
What's your cow's name?
Buster.
Buster the cow.
Buster the cow. Yeah, if you could name them, that'd be cool. Like, you click on them, and then you just give them a name, and then it would say, Buster's milk is ready.
Well, that would make sense because you can name the prized animals, and you can get a new prized animal. What is it, like every 3 days? You can do a new new pig or a new sheep, and you can name them. We have how many permanent ones on the farm? 2 or 3, or however many you buy. I don't see why we can't give those names.
You could. Oh, but you can't name them.
Huh?
Like, you can't name the prize cow, can you?
No, but you can name the prize. So when you're doing the fair
Right.
animals, you can name those.
The pigs and stuff, like the stuff on the street.
Yeah.
Daisy the pig and Barry the sheep.
Yes.
Oh, you can name those. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Even right now, if you click on where they're being weighed, if you've done any animals, you can click and edit, and you can change their names.
Let me check it out. I'll go to this one. Pigs. I don't have many because I don't do many pigs. Oh, you can. Martha the pig. Look at that. What should I call my pig? Okay, we have some chatters. Your mother, Jenny, says that they should add emus for 10 eggs. That's a cool idea. Frank says more prized animals, like raising them to full 3 stars. Ingrid Smalley says that she joined a new co-op today and they don't do cloning, and I'm thinking to change co-op again. The events are hard without cloning. Ingrid looking for a home. Lorraine, you can provide Ingrid with a home, right?
Yes, I can. All she needs to do is send me a friend request on Facebook, and I'll let her in.
Awesome. So you can look for, maybe Lorraine, you can post on our live stream page for Ingrid to find you later. And Ursa also says a llama for some wool, so that's a good idea. And Lorraine says, hi Charlotte, welcome to the show. Charlotte, I missed Charlotte. Let me scroll back here.
No, she hasn't made a comment yet. She's a friend of mine. She was in my co-op.
Gotcha. All
I
right.
sent her to the feed.
Okay, cool. And then we have a post that says, from your other member, can buy more stuff with coins, not keys. That's true. If we could use our coins up, that'd be great. And then Kinder, I love your last name, Lorraine. Kindlesperger. It's such an awesome name. Anyways.
That's the last one. Kindlesperger.
Okay. Piggy.
Kindlesperger.
What did I say? Did I say it totally butchered it? I said
No,
Kindle.
you said it correctly.
Oh, good. All right. The piggy.
Kindlesperger.
All right. The piggy is 61 pounds. So that is cool. I didn't realize you could name those animals. So that'd be cool. You could rename all your guys. You could have.
I do mine in segments. I had one where I had the Big Bang Theory all in my piggy.
Nice.
All of them were named.
That's cool. You could even
Ursula did that too. She named her animals after her kids.
So she had Jenny the piggy.
She had a Jenny. I think I was a sheep. I can't remember.
Nice.
And she had my other sisters as well.
That's funny. Very cool. And so, what else did you have besides the? Actually, yeah, you had you had another idea too, right, Jennilee?
Let me see. I wish we could make our farms bigger. I wish there was more land.
Yeah, we are limited on space, that's for sure. And I don't know, but like they felt they had to take away what was in place of boat races. What did boat races replace?
That was Pike's Peak.
Pike's Landing or something.
Yeah, it was Pike's Landing.
So they.
Oh, and by the way, sorry, don't mean to interrupt. How you had them holding hands in the back? What that actually was about 3 events ago. I think it was the Valentine's Day event.
Okay.
Where those 2 had a baby. They actually had 2 babies. So they're American.
Aww.
So that's real life stuff happening, real life up to date information. So I don't know about your job this week, Jennilee. Maybe you need to go back to reporter school.
Oh, I guess so.
Let's bring up the photo in case someone never saw the. In case some of our watchers didn't see the picture. Where is it again? I lost it. It is called Glade. Here we go. Whoops, I had it up. It was just small. Let me make it bigger for you guys. So here's the picture, and remarkable photoshopping of my abilities to get to the 2 in the corner. I think I did a pretty good job to hide him in the glade myself.
You did a great job.
Yay me. Okay, so Ursula is saying, nope, Jennilee. So I think that was referring to the sheep, perhaps being named Jennilee. And then she wants an extra barn, like a whole new barn. Like, just give me a whole new one. Her barn is not good enough. It would be neat if your barn actually got bigger when you expanded it.
Like the actual size got bigger on the farm?
Yeah, like it should start off as like a little shed, kind of like the little tool shed. And then it should
just watch it grow. That'd be cool.
They should have, like, as you upgrade your stuff, it just adds a weird, like a flag, right? Like when you upgrade your dairy to the gold dairy, it gives you that gold flag on the top, right?
Right.
So it'd be cool if it actually looked different, like totally. Well, then maybe it'll confuse people, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
Ursula says...
You know what else I thought would be really cool? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Do you want me to read what Ursula says?
Yeah, you can read first.
Ursula says that she wants to trade with Kate, not Cat.
Kate. She always says Kate has the magic barn because it's so big.
Kate might have a magic barn. We're not sure. I know that I don't have a magic barn. My barn is at 420. How big is your barn, Lorraine?
Magic.
Oh, Lorraine has a magic barn. All right, we won't talk about that. The magic barn Lorraine has. She's one of the Rainers that we all appreciate so much.
Yes,
absolutely.
Awesome. So
I love being in that group. It's awesome.
I don't know. Like I guess everybody has their own unique stuff to why they play Farmville. And everybody has different likes, right? Like some people really love doing the Eddie, like Ready Eddie. Speaking of which, he's still flying 2 hours. I gotta wait for Eddie to return. But and then the Mariner, right? Like some people like doing the Mariner to get the sand dollars. So
have you gotten the Eddie pin yet?
The Ready Eddie pin from the Mariner?
Yeah, from the lighthouse. Okay, so you take your sand dollars and you go over to the prize tent.
Yeah, and you buy
you use it to make an Eddie pin, and he stays for days.
Yeah, I think Jennilee loves the Eddie pin.
Yeah. I love the Eddie pin. But only when an event is not going on.
Yeah, that's true, because there's too much to do. Anne says goodnight, everybody. So Jennilee and Lorraine, Anne says goodnight.
Good night, Anne.
Good night, Anne.
We love you, Anne. Alrighty. So, did I interrupt you, Jennilee, with something? You were going to say something else.
Yeah, and this, I was thinking about you completely when I had this idea. I think it'd be really cool. I don't know if necessarily an event, or maybe it's something we could add into the game. The other things that are on there, like Eddie and the Mariner. But I'd love to have a villain on the farm.
Ooh, what would he do? What would the villain do?
I was thinking of like a fox, like he goes and screws with your animals.
Screws with your animals. Doesn't Zynga do that already? Isn't that like Zynga the fox?
Right.
We do have someone that screws with our farm. So we already have that. So let's thank Zynga for the animal that comes in and messes with our farms. That's funny, but that is cool. Like there could be a lot more things that they could do, right? There could be a lot more, but I'm wondering if they're scared. Like they have so many millions of players who play it just the way that it is, right? Who keep playing just the way that it is. Like we have Frank, who's been playing forever, and Lorraine said she's been playing for 18 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the same game. Oh, Frank says, "LOL, Scott," right about Zynga the fox. So that's funny. Zynga comes and messes with their animals. Yeah. So maybe they did that as a test. So if anybody has their barns messed with, it's just Zynga testing a new feature. That's what it is.
Gotcha.
Darlene is saying goodnight to everybody. So good night, Darlene. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Good night, Darlene.
Good night, Darlene.
We are losing people, but we're also gaining people because we're at eight watchers right now. So anybody who's new to our stream, say hello. Darlene just left because it went to 7, but anybody who wants to say hi, say hi. And yeah, your mom says good night to everybody. Your mom is night Anne, night Darlene. So your mom is so polite, Jennilee. Lorraine, do you have any family members who play Farmville?
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit. Do I what?
Do you have any family members who play Farmville?
No, I do not. But I do have a best friend of mine who is also a full-time RVer, and right now she's only parked like 2 blocks away from me. And I actually turned her on to the game 18 months ago when I started playing.
Nice.
And she is the reason why I made my co-op, because we were in another co-op. And remember I was telling you about the iPad account?
Right.
She had her iPad crash, and she had to start a new account until Zynga got working on hers. Well, the co-op that we were in kicked her out and would not let her back in because she had to start all the way back at 1. So
Wow.
I left the co-op and I went and made my own so she could play.
Nice.
And then like 1 week later, Zynga had her account fixed. But but I've only been playing 18 months, and I totally love the game.
So,
and it's
speaking of drama from other co-ops, have you had any big meltdowns, Lorraine, in your co-op for drama happening? Maybe whether it was miscommunication or whether it was miscommunication. And before you answer, we have a new listener. Her name is Maria Lipscomb. Well, hello and welcome. So everybody say hi to Maria.
Hi, Maria.
She says our stream is interesting, and we believe so too. So thank you so much for coming. And anyways, go ahead, answer that question, Lorraine.
No, I haven't had any real drama in my co-op. Now, the other co-op that I was in, they had some serious issues. They were very strict. There was no rule pinned anywhere, but they would boot people for no reason and without any merit or notification either. You know, somebody who came into the co-op probably 2 days ago, they don't know what stealing is, and so they wouldn't say anything to the people. They just boot them. And I was like, well, I don't believe that's a proper way to run a co-op. You have to talk to them, because some of these people are not in America. They don't understand sometimes, and so there's a language barrier maybe.
That's true.
You know, and so they were just, and then they set their level all the way up to like, if you're not level 45, you can't join. And I was like, well, where's the fun in that?
Exactly.
How are you going to help them? Everybody already has everything. That makes the co-op pointless to me. So.
Some co-ops have...
But there was a lot of drama in that one.
Some co-ops have hi and bye rules, and what that means is that every time you log in, you must say hi, and every time you log out, you must say bye.
Well,
I'd be kicked out of that one.
Yeah, Jenny wouldn't last long.
No.
So,
I do my best. I try to say, I'll be back or whatever, but when you got a crying baby, you put your phone down and run off.
I think maybe some co-ops don't have very many, much helpers, right? And so if they have people saying hi and bye, it looks like they're actually busier than they are. But we have so many people who actively help everybody that it's not really necessary. We do have Frank, who says that my wife and I were in a co-op and a couple players were bad-mouthing her. They didn't know I was there. So Frank has had some bad experiences with co-op drama. So that's interesting.
I hate co-op drama.
I know I hate it too, but in my reality I kind of enjoy drama, but not I don't like drama to happen to us or to negative drama, but I don't know, I find myself liking the gossip and rumors that people post about stuff. I don't know, it's like entertaining, right? I think. I don't know.
The healthy, silly drama.
I like to hear about drama and not have it to happen to me. But I wanted to start that Facebook page called FarmVille2 Rant and Drama, and just have it so that you only have to complain. And if you say something nice, you get kicked out. So every post has to be bad. Like, I hate my co-op. They don't help me at all, and I want a new one. But you can't post, that you have a good one because it's against the rules.
Well, the only problem I have with the hi and bye system is that for some people, they have things going on in their life where they just have to set the phone down for a minute and handle something. God forbid the baby makes a mess everywhere in their diaper and they don't have 2 seconds to say bye, be right back, things like that. I know I have things in my life that make it to where I'm not able to do that. You know, my husband has multiple sclerosis and he's prone for seizures. So there are times where if he starts to have a seizure, I don't have 3 seconds to say be right back, you know.
Exactly.
But
Absolutely.
and so you don't know what's going on in people's personal life in order to make them do things like that. So I think that's an unrealistic expectation of some people.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, how are they going to know that you've left or that you haven't left anyways? Just because, I guess, if they're talking to you. Frank says that he likes drama when he's not involved. LOL. And Ursula says that I don't do any drama. I've lost many friends over that. She loves this co-op for not having any, and Treasure totally agrees.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, whether I'm in the co-op or not, if there was drama, Mom would say, love you, honey, but I'm out.
Yeah. And I think we've set it up pretty good that we don't really have, like, we do have misunderstandings from time to time, and that'll happen regardless, I think, but we all really are very vocal about the fact that we all try to get along. Like, we're not out for our own stuff. Like, it's a team effort.
Absolutely.
Well, this has been a lot of fun. Lorraine, it's almost 9:30, well, in my time anyways, in 5 minutes. So we're going to end this in 5 minutes. So if you guys want to say any goodbyes or give anybody a shout out, we'll go through that now. Everybody on chat, there's still 7 of us watching. If you want to say goodbye, I will read your goodbyes to Lorraine and Jenny, although Lorraine can see it. So I'm just going to shut up now and let you guys give your final thoughts. Who wants to go first?
Don't everybody speak at once. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to say that if anybody's looking for a co-op, you come and hit me up on Facebook and just type my name into the search engine and I'll come up and just send me a friend request. We've always got room for players and we're very helpful. Very, very helpful. And we always meet Marie's board and we help everybody with the items. So hit me up.
And do you want to give anybody a shout out? Do you have any kids that are YouTubers that you want to say, hey, Mom was on YouTube?
No.
Okay.
Hi, Susan!
You probably
Hi,
have,
Susan! She just left.
You probably have a lot of personal friends who are also friends on your Facebook page. Or do you have multiple accounts on Facebook, Lorraine?
Oh, I just have the one.
Okay, so your real-life friends are also reading your posts on Farmville.
No, actually, none of my my co-op friends only. None of my regular outside of the world friends. No, they don't play the game.
So I do have some chat to read.
I'd be the only one.
You're the only one. I do have some chat to read. Treasure says, good night, y'all. This was awesome. Thank you, Treasure. We have Ingrid who says thank you and goodbye. Frank says, French word. Maybe you can help me. I'll spell it. AU space REVOIR. What is that? How's that pronounced?
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Okay, and you think being from Canada, I should probably know my French, but I don't.
You should. You should.
Frank says it was a great show, guys. We have Susan who says, goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Susan, for joining us. I really appreciate Susan and as well, Lorraine. You're both in the same Facebook page, the Let It Rain page. I really appreciate you guys promoting our site and bringing members to us. It's awesome that instead of me being kicked out of your group, you've embraced it, and I don't want to mess that up, so if I do say something stupid, please forgive me. We have Angela Parsons. Angela, thank you for joining us. I didn't see a lot of chat from you tonight, but you have been here before, so thank you, and she says good night all. We have Maria, says good night, thanks for the invite to the group, and no problem, Maria, we look forward to seeing you again next week. And we have Ursula, who says, good night, everybody. Thanks, Lorraine, Scott, and Baby. I wonder who she's referring to there. And Susan says hi. Susan says hi and goodbye at the same time. But anyways, go ahead, Jenny.
Thank you, everybody, for coming, and hope you guys all have a great night. And Lorraine, I'm so glad that you got to join us tonight. This has been awesome.
Thank you.
I think that's all I got.
Cool. Well, that's good enough. And we have, it's 9:28. So what I'll do is, I guess I don't have anything else to say. So unless there's nothing more on chat, so I will wish everybody an awesome week. We will, Jennilee and I will both be back here next week, right, Jennilee?
I will
Absolutely.
too.
Lorraine wants,
Yes.
we'll see Lorraine in the chat room. That's great. All right, guys, have a great night. God bless, and we'll see you all. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.